Well, Rosie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Give our viewers an introduction to Quadron Cannatech. Now, I know we've spoken to you before, but remind us, what does the company, what's the lines of business?
Sure, so what we do is we're equipment manufacturers, primarily right now in the cannabis space. We've built a CO2 extractor called the Boss, and it's a smaller footprint, less energy usage, and fast extraction time, and we're really proud of that piece of equipment. That was the first one to really get us going, but what we're really focusing on is the setting up of processing facilities. So we've already set up 2 laboratories under license, and what we've been able to do with that laboratory is that it has our equipment in there that we've built ourselves, but it also has equipment of our manufacturers that we work with that have the other ancillary equipment that we don't necessarily need to build ourselves, or pieces of equipment that we are building ourselves, like such as an alcohol extractor, but while we don't have one, we have to rely on other manufacturers. So we know which ones work really well for the processes that we want, for the types of oils that we want to have in the very end, and so we figure out all the bottlenecks and how to make the processes for extraction and processing more efficient. So as we move forward, we're realizing that a lot of people, although they need the extraction equipment, they also need help and expertise in setting up their processing facilities. So we bring that to the table. We've got 2.5 years under our belt of setting up laboratories, so we can come and help the grower with their build-outs, with their SOPs, with their staffing requirements, and just how to run the lab. We can just set it up for them and walk away, or we can have established partnerships. So it's up. We'll see how it all goes, but definitely lots of interest. So I think this year we're going to see a few lab setups in the hopper, as well as continuing with sales and distribution of the Boss. We're going to have our continuous feed alcohol extractor coming out later this year, which a lot of people are looking forward to because there's no lack in capacity. You just feed the machine, feed the beast as long as it goes. Yeah. So we're looking forward to getting that out. So I think 2018 should be a milestone year for us, definitely.
For sure. So these production facilities, you say you don't own them,
we would establish them with strategic partners. Right. So either on a service contract, like I said, we can just set it up for them on a services agreement and walk away and continue maintaining whatever upkeep that they would want on services, or we could go into a relationship with a party. It depends what that would look like. Every relationship is different, but definitely looking at partnering up with some people to establish processing facilities. Ultimately, I'd like to have processing facilities all across Canada.
Yeah. And so what does that mean, from an investment perspective, if we're investing in auxiliary services in the cannabis sector? Give us sort of the pitch there. What does that mean to the company's bottom line and investment potential?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's picks and shovels of the industry. So we, right now, can work with growers to build the equipment and sell it, or set up these labs without even having to be licensed. So that's a great advantage because we can go anywhere in the world. Now, if we look at the machines itself, like I said, they're very efficient. They're cost efficient too. They're about a quarter of the price of, or a third of the price of a lot of the machinery out there. Plus, the impact of it is very small. It uses up less space, less energy, less human resource. Time, and basically our view is that we want to get growers into ROI as fast as possible. So how does that work for investors? Well, I think we'll be selling a lot of equipment. A lab set, so a machine is $250,000 for a 45-liter vessel. Tack on another one, it's $350,000. A lab setup could easily be $2 to $3 million. So you get a few of those going, and it could be quite significant revenue for us. As well, we have the ancillary devices. So we do sell vape pens. We sell the hardware. We've had some sales of those already. We've also already sold a few of our machinery, so we just expect that to continue and add to our bottom line.
Wonderful. Well, Rosie, thank you again for taking the time to speak with us.
Thanks for having me on. Thank you.